Yo, what's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Touchline Podcast, episode 80. If you're new here, please like the video, comment down in the comment section, subscribe to our channel, and yeah, boys, we're going to get into it. There's a lot of things that we got to talk about from the NRL to Wrestle Talk, combat, and football talk as well.
The Euros just started.
It actually did start.
Yo, you're watching soccer now, eh, Anthony?
Yeah,
I was watching the Germany game on the weekend.
It's good.
Crazy game, 5-1 against, who was it? Hungary?
You know what? Maybe if you
You
want,
know what? Anthony, hop on with the Euros.
You've
talk.
been watching the Euros.
I only watched that game.
Nah,
I didn't
trust
watch
me,
compared
trust me,
to... No, because I haven't watched the few.
He might
so-
ruin our football talk views. Actually. No, we don't want you. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to wreck your segments,
momentum.
you know?
Also, thanks guys for giving us a few reviews on the Rabbitohs Broncos vlog. We enjoyed those comments, man, and
we enjoyed making the
that was actually
too.
good.
It was fun. It was actually
You know,
fun.
our stress levels were low.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
And
relaxing.
like, we're just good. We could actually watch the game, crack a few jokes, you
Yeah.
know, not screaming every 2
What does
seconds like this guy.
What do you want? You were planning to do like a blood pressure test.
Yeah,
After
well,
the Dogs
I actually said
That's a good idea.
Well, I said to Bill and you guys, if we bring the blood pressure machine from every Bulldogs game that we go to,
But I think now it'll be all right because
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
winning.
we'll be
We're not
fine.
If you had brought that last year, 66-0, Knights
Yeah.
Dogs,
Yeah.
man, that would have been through
Machine
the
would
roof.
But I do understand why, because like, you know, when
We'll
Bulldogs...
bring a final series.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good idea. It's a
Yeah,
good,
of
it's
course.
good TikTok idea.
No, but look, I really understand why, because when we were at the Bulldogs Parramatta game, that was the most stressful
Oh,
game
that
was
that we've
stressful.
ever been to.
Yeah, yeah.
Because compared to Bulldogs South's game,
Yeah, exactly.
but my stress level was way on top.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Also,
not
a
gonna
big
lie.
thank you to your guys' continual support on our videos lately. Been smashing it, man.
Yeah.
You know, we love you all, you guys, and yeah, let's get straight into it.
Round 15, lots of games happening. We've selected 4 games for this week. As always, our first game, Cronulla versus Dolphins.
Yeah.
That was a
That was a
very
very good
entertaining
game,
game.
yeah.
What was the score?
28-20, no, 30-28. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Nico Hines missed the kick at the end.
Yeah, man.
that was shocking.
It was
You
a-
look
it
at
was
Sharks
shocking.
again, like now you're starting to see they are pretenders again.
Yeah,
Like they had a
they've always
period
been.
where they really showed they were contenders, but they're back to reality. Not a great performance at all. Even though they had a comeback,
Yeah.
you'd expect that because Dolphins are a sort of team where you look at Raiders, for example. Them and Raiders are a team where no matter how big the lead is, the margin is, they're gonna bound to leg the comeback, and that's what we've seen against Dolphins. And Sharks, just I don't feel right now they're in a position where they're favourites. I think in the certain period where they were beating the big teams, I think they were favourite, but now it's just back to reality, like I said.
Yeah, they're losing confidence right now, Sharks. And we're heading into round 16 now, so there's like it goes up to round 27, but including the buys. Let's say they have, I'd say, another 9 games left of the season. I'd say
Pretty much,
something
yeah.
around that, because including the buys. And that's not how you want to be heading into those last 9 games. You know, losing games like that, especially at home. So Sharks are in a mess, I believe. Nico Hines, he was good, but again, I feel the Origins, that performance has affected his performance against the Dolphins. Hence why they lost, I feel, because he wasn't really stepping up.
And to be honest, that just proved it didn't just only prove that Sharks are pretenders. It proved to me that Nico Hines isn't a big game player.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Because like when the game was on the line where he could have got that conversion, all right, man, you can miss. Everyone misses, but the game was on the line, man.
yeah,
He could have got
I'd
that
agree.
conversion, man, and went way off.
Yeah, it just
Look,
slipped out.
there's a lot of pressure when you're on the side of the field, and it's basically the kick to take it into extra time. So there's a lot of pressure on him. Look, if it was closer, it would have been much better. But he skied that to the right. That was not going in. So it's a big it's going to affect his confidence a lot, Nico Hines. I feel sorry for him. There's a lot of he's always in the headlines. Everyone putting so much pressure on him, and look, that's what's going to happen when you have so much potential. But yes, you could argue his better position is a fullback. When he was at Melbourne Storm, he was doing good. I still think he's good at 7. But the Dolphins, man, they're looking strong, man. Wayne Bennett has turned this team around. We saw glimpses last year, but they faded away at the end of the season. But they're clicking into gear. Avrila's playing good. Herbie Farnworth, Atkin, everyone's
You know why?
just playing
Because
good.
they know it's their last good season.
Yeah.
Trust me, after this
Yeah,
season,
with
they're not going to
Wayne
be the
Bennett,
way they
yeah.
are. Trust me, they're going to be a bottom 8 team after this season.
Well, they're playing very well, Dolphins. Like, first half, man, they were killing it. With even with Kenny Bromwich as well. Like, he held off 3 defenders and he gave it to Max Path to dive over.
Yeah.
And what
Even
about
Hammer's-
what about Hammer?
That was a good try.
90-meter try.
That
No
was
one
a-
could
that was a
not get
baller
him.
try, man.
Yeah, we
It
haven't
was.
seen that in a while.
Nobody
a try
could
like
not
that.
get him when he was running, and he just went he just gunned it
It
down.
happened to Will Kennedy scored a try.
Had
and
the same situation.
Hammer missed the tackle.
Yeah, he did.
And Hammer made a run, and then Kennedy missed the tackle, like the
Yeah.
try after. So yeah, it's Dolphins, man. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing because they're playing good football right now.
They're in form right now, but Cronulla, it's just that after they were contenders, now they're
I think
pretenders
it's
a bit.
defensive.
Yeah.
The defense has been an issue for the last couple of weeks.
Who,
You
Dolphins?
look, Sharks.
Sharks?
You look at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first 10 games. 8 games. They only lost 1 game out of 8, which is incredible. They've won 7 out of the 8.
Yeah.
And defensively, they were structured well, but the recent weeks when they've been losing games, they've been conceding 20 plus points. And if you want to win the premiership, that's an area where you cannot concede that many points. Look at Penrith. You rarely see them concede 20 points every game. And that's what Sharks has been lacking in the last few games. And that's why I feel they've been struggling.
Yeah, but well, moving on. Raiders 16, Cowboys 34. Cowboys defeated the Raiders. Well, what are your opinions on that game?
We could put South Broncos.
South versus
Oh,
Broncos.
my bad.
No, that's all good. No.
Mind blank.
No,
I
but that game
want
was-
to talk about every game this week.
Nah.
Yeah, no,
South-
that
Yeah,
game
nah,
was good.
let's go on to the Broncos game.
Yeah,
South
Broncos
Bron-
versus Souths.
We were there, of course.
Of course, we were there. If you saw the
haven't-
vlog, please watch it. It was actually fun, like what we
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, that was a mad.
that was an enjoyable
That
night.
was- oh,
Honestly,
man.
I had heaps of
But what
fun.
about the performance from Rabbitohs?
Rabbitohs, they actually played very good in the first half. 3 tries from Damien Cook,
Latrell
Killon Matangi,
and
and Latrell Mitchell. And I said Latrell
Called
Mitchell
it.
to
Yeah,
put a
you
try.
did call it.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't expect that, but I said, you know what, I'll just take a lucky
The only
guess.
time you didn't put money on it.
No, I didn't.
Shame you
I
put
just
a
said it for
multi.
fun, you know.
You should have put a multi. Latrell Mitchell scored the third try of the game. We would have got.
Yeah,
That's why
I didn't think about that. like-
Rabbitohs, again, they're winning games,
Yeah.
and that's why confidence is coming out of them right now. They were on a period where they were losing games, they couldn't win a game, and just now we're seeing a different side of Rabbitohs. And I don't know if it's just, again, when you have a caretaker, interim manager, things just, you're playing, there's no pressure on the club. I don't know if it's Ben Hornby or it's the players, they've just clicked and they're just playing a full of freedom, just like what Mick Potter done at the Dogs. But it's good, not good, because I'm not a big fan of Rabbitohs, but you can see they're heading in the right direction right now. They can build something special until Wayne Bennett comes.
Yeah.
If they can keep winning games, at least maybe contend for a top 8 spot before the end of the season ends, they can really maybe push for finals next year under Wayne Bennett.
Yeah, Broncos were. Look, the only thing we can't fault Broncos is that they put a lot of effort. You know, there was a number of times, I think twice Özil Man went over. One of them was caught a forward pass. But again, that game was filled with mistakes. Too many errors. Broncos kept making runs. They'd break the defense and then they'd lose the ball. There was a part where Özil Man was through. Then the Rabbitohs play came from behind and lost the ball. So again, that's the issue. Yes, it was raining, so that you got to remember, you know, that affects the ball play and everything. But yeah, it's a shame. I'm not ashamed, but where Broncos are right now, it's not a good position because they currently sit in 9th. So a bit concerning for them.
Just everything was off, like in terms of their gameplay. I mean, a lot of errors. You know, really they got a lot of field position. The Rabbitohs that whole game, man. Even when they weren't playing at their best at parts during that game, especially when Broncos were on the attack, their defense held up well.
Yeah.
Attack held up well. Latrell Mitchell played one of the best games he's played all
He was
season.
good. He was
Yeah, I think he
smashed it.
played very
That's
well.
what really
Yeah.
earned him that origin spot, man. That game alone.
performance sealed it.
It does deserve it. To be honest, it does deserve it.
Still a performance by the Rabbitohs. Do I think they're a top 8 side just this year? No, I think it's far-fetched.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, if they win this week against Manly, they're 4 points behind.
Yeah, they're
top
not-
8, but
yeah.
their points difference is really bad.
Yeah, it's very
so that's
bad.
not going to get them into the top 8.
But
That's
to
the
your
reason.
point, if they take this into next year, they could be in
I
top
think that
8
could be a
with-
big
with
threat next
Bennett.
year.
Yeah.
I think that can be. a
Of
big
course.
threat.
But don't forget Jordan Ricky. You saw that incident
Oh,
of what
yeah,
he
that
did
was
as
about
well.
that
Yeah.
one.
Well,
Let's talk
I think in
about
our own opinions,
Sent
I
off.
think that was a send off.
That was a send off.
Because without the ball, he was just tackling straight away through.
Even Kevin Walters said it.
yeah,
did.
Kevin
He's
Walters,
like, he was
his
surprised-
own coach even
He
said
was
that.
like, he was surprised he was even still on the field.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because, bro, like, he came with his shoulder, like, with the intent to, knock this guy
Without the
out.
ball.
Or just, like, an ill intent.
And he didn't even have the ball in his
Yeah,
hand.
at least-
So
Exactly.
look at Walsh.
He had the ball.
At least
But you
Sawali
could-
was on time. It was
Yeah.
on time. Like, it wasn't a late tackle from Sawali.
But-
But this one, he just tackled him for no
But you
reason.
could argue that he read the play that as in he had the ball. Because I think
Yeah,
they went
that-
outside
you
and
can
then back
say that too.
inside.
Yeah.
But that should, and it was crazy how much the NRL target Latrell Mitchell. The bloke just defended his teammate, did just a little shove and got 10 in the bin. And Ricky got the same punishment as Latrell Mitchell, and he intentionally went for his shoulder, shoulder charge.
You can get Simbin for anything these
It's
days.
stupid.
Even last
100%,
week, I think it was Cowboys against Warriors. Who was it? It was one of the players. He chucked the ball on the Cowboys player, and then he got Simbin.
It was a Warriors player on the
Bro,
Cowboys
it's
player.
so
was
stupid,
Martin.
this game.
Yeah.
I've had enough, bro.
It's
Look,
bad.
to your opinion, I think Latrell Mitchell shouldn't get sin bin for that, but with Jordan Ricky sent off
Bro,
easily,
sent
man.
off
All day,
easily,
all
man.
day. Easily.
Easily, man.
It shows you evidence that he wasn't like going for the ball; he was just going for that big hit, boom, like.
Bro, like,
But I was shocked
shoulder.
about that. I was actually shocked about that. That
like,
was just wrong.
He could have thrown a punch, like, you know, it
100%.
would have been the same thing as throwing that shoulder that he did.
And it was quite reckless. If you see that tackle again, like Murray hit the floor bad, and
Yeah,
But my
Again-
thing is, if you're not getting knocked out like Reece Walsh, they won't send you off.
yeah,
exactly.
again,
Look,
Anyways.
a must-needed win from South. West Tigers got also a must-needed win, and that was against Titans.
I was shocked. He tipped it
18,
right.
16.
yeah, you
Yeah,
got
I
it
did
right.
like
The one
tip
time
Tigers,
building
yeah.
to
And I
Tigers.
called you out. I was like, oh, why'd you tip the Tigers when Rain's that we
Look, the Tigers, I was happy for them. You know, they played good. The atmosphere was crazy, very electric, and the Tigers fans are loyal. They're always there supporting their teams no matter what. Justin Olam was good. He scored 2 tries. Aiden Caesar had
He's
a good
been their
game.
best player, Olam.
Been one of their best players. Titans again, they basically handed Tigers the game because they had so many opportunities. They made a few errors that cost them the game, and yeah, Tigers pounced on it. And you know, congrats to Tigers, man. They deserved that. They end a 9 losing streak. So who
About
knows?
time.
Man, I
Maybe
love the
it'll-
Tigers.
Yeah,
Awesome.
No, not as much as the Dogs.
Look,
but I
a
love
lot of
the
people doubt them so much because, like, I know they're rebuilding their club up
Yeah.
and their players. It takes a matter of time. Look, we were there from the beginning, from like 7-8 years ago, and it took time. People were leaving club, coaches are going, this and that.
The board.
But now we got where we
Structure.
want to be right now. Thank God for that. But for Tigers,
It's good to see him win, man.
Yeah, Justin Olam double try. How about the pass from Aiden
was
Caesar
good. That
in
was-
the 7
Yes,
minutes?
man,
very good.
yes,
That was a
yes.
long
That was a
flat.
nice
That was a
ball.
That's
nice
the
pass.
reason
that
why
one.
they won, because of his experience. And you look at Galvin about the situation
Yeah.
what he's going through. Again, as much as Galvin has proven himself that he is a really good player and he's got a
Yeah.
future at the club, but that performance from Aiden Caesar just shows why he needs to be in this squad for the next 2 years. Galvin's still young. He's got the experience. He's guided Raiders to a premiership back in 2019 against Roosters.
yeah.
not that, but they didn't win.
But still,
Like,
guiding, that's
guiding
still...
them to the grand final.
You
You said guided to premiership.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grand
Stop
final.
nitpicking, bro.
Yeah, grand final. But yeah, Aiden Caesar, great performance
Yeah.
from him. Titans, like Sammy said, had a lot of the ball, didn't do much with it, had chances after chance, but Tigers just defended well and put a lot of pressure on Titans and just forced errors onto them. And let's talk about Kinney, the fullback
Yeah,
from
he's
Titans.
massive.
He's
Yes.
outstanding, bro.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't even get a hat trick that game. That's how
He
good
didn't
he
even
was.
score, yeah.
Yeah.
He was superb, man. And he's got a big future, man.
Yeah.
Look, on top of that as well, what brings Aiden Caesar to the table as well? Because I know, like how Shabba said, he played all those years with Canberra Raiders under Ricky Stewart. He looked after him and made him the best player right now. And when he went to Super League,
He was
that made
good.
his confidence bigger, stronger as well, and bring that more experience to Tigers.
To the competition.
Because next year, you know what's going to happen as well with Jerome Luai coming in.
Yeah.
So him and Aiden Caesar building that combination together, I think it will work.
Because that pass to Olam in the
Yeah.
first try
That
of
was
Tigers
very
was so good.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
passed that and got past 3-2 defenders.
Yeah.
It was incredible, man. And Tigers, they needed that win. And hopefully, again, we all love Tigers, and
Yeah.
I don't think they deserve wooden spoon. Like, just...
Bro, look, when Tigers are winning, like, I actually am happy.
It
like,
is good,
It
man,
makes
like-
it makes just, I don't know, like,
guess
and like
'cause
you just... What
we
Sammy
went
said,
through that.
electrifying fans.
yeah, you're right. Maybe because we went through that.
We know what they're going through.
Like, yeah,
Fans
so-
were electrifying
Oh,
that day.
man,
It was
they did
crazy.
like a standing ovation from
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
it
warm
was
up.
at the end.
But yeah, anyways, moving on. Roosters defeated Parramatta 28-18 in a game where I predicted right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
16-6 halftime. But anyways, let's talk about this game. What are your opinions on it, boys?
First half, I think Roosters, it was 16-0, say 30 minutes in. Dominant performance.
no,
Parramatta had...
16-6, was it?
No.
Like 30
30
minutes,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Roosters just, again, like I said, dominant, controlled the game. Parramatta had a few errors, didn't really cause any threat to the defense of Roosters. They clicked towards the end, but Roosters, again, I feel with Sam Walker and Kiri, they've really improved as a partnership this year. Last couple of years, they haven't been working well together, but this year they've stepped up, and it's something they can build on into heading into the final series, which is important. You need a good half combination because, again, the game's going to get tougher real quick. Parramatta again. They just don't look good at all this year. It's been a write-off season for them.
Yeah. Again, Roosters, the 30 minutes, they were superb, but that last 10 minutes, Eels were... I don't think Eels were good. I just think Roosters making too many mistakes. As much as Crichton was very good that game, he made few errors that almost cost them the game. One of them, Eels scored a try 16-6. They did score a try right at the end, but it got disallowed.
Yeah.
That last 10 minutes was scary. And even throughout the second half, Roosters were just
Para were the
not
better
Roosters.
team.
They weren't defending properly. Para were the better team. But again, it's the class of Roosters that got them over the line. Them being able to win games, the confidence they have, that's what got them over the line. But Roosters were not good at all. And again, that first 30 minutes was scary. I thought it was going to be like 42-0 or something.
Yeah.
Lindsay Collins, man, I think he's the best forward in the
Oh,
game.
bro.
He's a clutch player, man.
Bro, like even just hearing what the commentators were saying about him.
Everyone rates him so
Yeah,
good,
man.
He turns up in the big moments, man.
He had
there
a
was
try disallowed.
He had a
Yeah,
didn't he
that's
score?
the last
one. I saw that.
The last one was
The last one.
disallowed.
Yeah, that
Okay,
was
yeah,
the last
but
one.
he's
And I would have
incredible.
got that one right, but anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, and I feel with Roosters, there's still that inconsistency with their team. Like, I don't know, there's something they're winning games, but they've lost few games. They've had a win-loss here and there.
Scenario, yeah.
Even their performance was like that performance against Eels, like it wasn't good at all. Like they're lucky they got the win because they just made Parramatta look good. Apart from that first 30 minutes, after that Roosters were not good at all. So it's a bit, I wouldn't say worrying, but it's what Roosters can do if they're not playing.
Yeah.
playing
And
good.
about Parramatta, I don't see them like. It's going to take a while for them to like really become a big team again, a big threat to the competition. Next year, I don't know what coach they're going to get. Really, there's not a lot of options. Like I said last week, Jason Demetriou is the best option, but he's not the best coach at all. So,
Barrow as well.
it's not looking good for Parramatta at all, man.
Well, I think Parramatta is done for the season.
Yeah, they're
so
finished.
Oh, they've been long gone.
Yeah,
They might only get like maybe 1 or 2, 3 wins, and then that's it for the
That's it,
season.
yeah, I guess
But
so.
with Roosters' performance, Samuel's right. Like with their performance, there was a bit of mistakes going around the whole 70, 80 minutes of that game. But in the attack-wise, with Daniel Tupou, double try, Angus Crichton put a try as well,
yeah.
Michael Jennings as well. Even that debutant as well, the winger that took Dominic Young's place
Dominic Young
on the winger.
not sure
He put up
what
the
his
first
name
try
is.
in the game.
he did.
Forgot his name.
Search it up now.
You can search it up.
But yeah, he had
Yeah, he
decent
had a very good
performance
performance too. But honestly, Angus Crichton, like he delivered a standout performance with Tedesco and Luke Keary. They all played well.
Angus
but it's-
Crichton had 2 assists and 1 try.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So he played very, very well.
Played good, man.
So, but they got the big challenge with us this week. So
All right, let's
Can't wait
move
for
on
that.
to the round 16 tips. First of all, let me give you the ladder for the league standing after round 15. Same position for the last 3 weeks. I'm first, Samuel second. The guest in third, Bill's fourth, and Anthony's fifth. So Bill did get the highest for the tips this week. He got 6. Anthony's got 4. Guest got 4. I got 4, and Samuel got 3. So same
right.
position, like I said, as the last 3 weeks.
I need to get out of that second last spot, man.
Yeah,
All right,
well, I
first
need to get
game
out.
of the
You're in
the
that last
round.
spot, so that's can't hear you from down there.
Of course, the special guest is Ben Barber this week. Shout out to Ben Barber.
Shout
Shout
out,
out
Benny.
Thank you so much for, of course,
We actually
participating in the
had him on
Touchline
our
tips.
podcast. In
Yeah,
case
we
you guys
did.
didn't know, I'll put the link in the description. Make sure you go check that.
It's-
I still can't believe
well,
we did
that was our first interview.
Yeah, our
with
first,
Ben.
yeah, it's
that was our
crazy
first
how
special guest.
He was our favorite player, Dally M winner, and we got him on. Now he's doing the tips for
Yeah,
us.
it is crazy.
That was a
That's
dream
crazy.
come true.
Shout out Benny Barber, man.
Appreciate
That's
it,
my
Benny.
player. That's
We
my
love him.
player.
First game, Dolphins, Melbourne.
Um,
Anthony, you want to go first?
I'm going to stick with Melbourne Storm. They had a very good performance against Warriors. So I got no problems with it. Dolphins played pretty good too, but I'm sticking with Melbourne.
Bill?
I'm gonna stick with Dolphins.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
they get the win over Storm.
Pango potentially starting.
Yeah, no, he's done his hammy, hasn't he?
No, apparently he said hopefully Bennett chooses me for Melbourne Storm this week.
All right,
That's what he stated.
Okay.
I'm going Melbourne.
Melbourne, I'm going Melbourne, and Ben Barber's going Melbourne.
Okay.
Next game, Titans, Warriors.
I went Warriors.
Warriors?
Yeah, I think Warriors.
Oh, this
take
is
it.
who you got.
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
yeah, it is how you
got.
got. Anyways, guys, I tip Warriors.
Okay, Anthony, score prediction.
My score prediction. Oh, let me just get it for you. Sorry, boys. My prediction score 32-16 Warriors.
Yeah, I went 32-20 Warriors.
I said 32-22.
Everyone's went 32 this week.
I went 22-16 Warriors.
22-16 Warriors.
Yeah, don't forget it's at their home ground.
At
Titans.
Titans home
Yeah,
ground
yeah.
at Seabus.
Seabos.
Anytime try scorer Anthony.
Marcel Matoya.
Yeah, I went for Noah Blake
I said Mitchell Barnett.
and Bill.
Adam Pompey.
Yeah, okay, nice
Pompey?
shout.
Pompey?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Pompey.
Um, first try scorer.
Jaden Campbell.
Yeah,
Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, put me Jaden Campbell too.
He played good against the Tigers.
He was
actually.
good.
He got a try.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I went Conor Pereira, and Chabot went Conor
Pereira as well.
Man of the match.
Sean Johnson.
I went
SJ.
Funua Blake. I went.
I went David Fafita.
Montoya.
Man of the match.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Okay, and finally, bold prediction.
This is my shit.
Warriors
Yeah,
leading
for
half time 12-8.
He's copying you now.
Oh,
Sorry?
I said Warriors leading half time 12-8.
he's taking your.
Why are you taking on like, why are you trying to...
No, because it's
Why
going
are you
to be.
trying to like make a similar
I'm
bold
not-
prediction?
Well, that's what I
Why are you
said.
trying to copy me? Is
What
it
am I
full
doing?
colour? It's full copying me
I'm
now.
just doing my job.
I went Funua Blake 2 tries. Bill.
The Mystic Bill prediction. 12-0 Warriors up half time.
Okay, let's see if we can go.
Mark my
back
words,
to-
1,000,000%. 12-0. 12-0. 12-0.
Okay.
Mark my words.
That's your
Mark my
prediction.
words.
but that's
Okay,
not my
we'll see
prediction.
Last time I
what, we'll see
doubled
what
it.
happens.
Last time I doubled down on it and I got it.
Look, he went 12-0. He went 12-8. So maybe
Maybe
12
something
0.
like that.
12 0. I didn't care. I didn't care. Titans aren't scoring that first half.
I'm going to go 12-1.
Chabot went
Nah.
Fafita, Conor Pereira, Montoya, Funua Blake, Sean Johnson, all to score. So he's went.
Oh, how many?
Oof, oof, oof.
So he went
Hold a
Fafita,
minute,
Conor
hold a
Pereira,
minute.
Montoya, Funua Blake, Sean Johnson, all to score.
That's my bold
Hold a
prediction.
minute. What
With
the?
five.
You from the future or
I'm gonna do
something?
I should
He's from Mars.
If Chabot somehow
I
gets
should
that,
do a
that'll
multi.
be-
Should do a multi on that.
Okay, yeah, that's a wrap up to the who you got. A few more tips to go.
Next game, Roosters, Dogs.
Who did Barber go?
Oh, sorry,
sorry.
Barber
You
went
forgot
for
about
Warriors.
Barber?
Warriors.
Hey,
Warriors.
how could you forget
Sorry,
about
Barber,
Barber?
man. Forgive me. Next game, Roosters, Dogs. The game we're looking forward to.
Doggies.
Canterbury Bulldogs.
Doggies.
The doggies.
And Ben Barber's going Doggies, of course.
Of course, man.
Sign him up, Gus Good. Next game, Roosters. Sorry. Rabbitohs, Manly.
Who'd you go?
I'm sticking with Manly because there's no Latrell Mitchell
And no Cameron Murray.
and no Cameron Murray as well. There's no Cherry Evans as well in Manly.
Garrick's
And
injured.
Kalawatsu as well.
Yeah, Garrick's apparently
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah, I heard about that
Came
too.
off late.
But I'm sticking with Manly. I think Luke Brooks will take the lead. Like he'll control the whole
They
team.
first in the first round. Manly won.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
So I think Manly
And
will
it's a
be
Las
Souths.
Vegas spot.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
Bill-
but I think Manly's still going to win.
I went Manly.
I
Manly.
forgot about Latrell.
Well, I'm going Rabbitohs.
I'm on
and
Manly. I'll go Manly.
Manly and Barber's going Rabbitohs.
Okay.
Last game, Tigers, Raiders.
Okay.
Anthony.
I think I said Raiders.
Yeah, you said Raiders.
Yeah, Canberra Raiders.
I'm
I
going
think Canberra will
Raiders.
get
I
the win.
feel after that loss against Cowboys, bad defeat, they would be looking for a win, especially against Tigers.
Yeah, I went Raiders. I know they're playing at home, Tigers, but yeah, I reckon Raiders.
Oh, I'm doing a Bill.
We're going to that game. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm on Tigers.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
You're going
yeah, I'm
Tigers?
on Tigers.
It's doing me. Yeah,
I feel
you're
they'll
right.
win. This
Yeah.
I actually never tipped Tigers.
You actually
That's
have.
all.
I was going to say.
Maybe like
That's his
once.
first time, yeah.
I feel they'll get it.
It's like exactly like Bulldogs and who else was bad with us previously?
Dragons.
Dragons.
yeah.
Where you win a game, you think
Yeah.
there's a turning point, it
Yeah.
just goes back to
We're
nothing.
going to this game,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, speaking of the game, if anyone's going to the West Tigers and Canberra Raiders, we're going to be there.
I'd say we're going to be vlogging.
Yeah, we're going to be vlogging as well, fan cams. Can't wait to do that.
Yeah,
as well.
should
way,
be good. Well, that's a wrap up to the round 16 tips.
Thanks,
And-
Barber, again.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
thanks,
Barber.
Barber.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
it, I guess.
Barber.
Shout out Ben Barber, bro.
All right, State of Origin squad has been revealed last night and also Queensland this week. So Mitchell Moses, you got Murray, Latrell Mitchell, Watson, they're the new recruits for game 2. However, Burton, Hines, Hudson, Young and McInnes have all been axed.
Yeah,
It's a better team.
What are your thoughts about
Hey, do you want to start?
It's a
Headed
better
to game
team,
2.
yeah, but I don't understand. Look, Bird, I'm happy because he gets to play for Bulldogs and it might help us to get over the line Roosters. But then I'm sad because he deserves Origin. You know, players work for these moments to get into that Origin team. Personally, I've said it a number of times. We had the biggest debate on my chat with all my mates about Luai, Burden, or Moses Luai. If you've seen Luai at 7, he is phenomenal. That game against Knights, he
Yeah.
set up a try and he scored a try. And the way that he set up that try was brilliant.
Was
the way he
class,
scored
yeah.
that try was brilliant. I know it's a bold take. I know it might seem crazy. Luai at 7, Burden at 6 is a mad combination.
That's not a bold take. That is a great take.
It's because you look at
And
it.
they're
Burden
Pen-
has
they're Penrith.
exactly. Burden has worked with Luai. He's worked with Crichton. He's worked with a few Penrith players in
Yeah.
that squad. nothing's going to go wrong if you have Burton and Luai together. Of course, Moses is probably the second option to, what's it called?
Of course he is.
Nathan Cleary. I think he's an average player. He's not exceptional, but he's probably the best option we have now if we want to win Origin 2. But what I think Burton and Luai, that duo is really enough to win us game 2. That's how I see it.
It's a deadly
Burton
duo.
has been performing this year. Moses has just come back from injury. He's not fully fit. He's playing for Parramatta Eels, who are low on confidence. They haven't been winning games.
And you could argue he's low on confidence.
Back 2 years ago when Fox didn't get selected at all that year because he was playing for Dogs where they were losing games every single week. And that's similar for Mitchell Moses. And that's how I see it. I just feel it's hard. Burton has been hardly undone.
I actually picked Burton and Luai. I think first game 6 and 7.
You did,
Bro, it is the right choice. But again, to your point, like he's our best option, Mitchell Moses.
He's going to get selected.
He's a good kicker at very most, very average halfback. But with again to your point, 6 and 7 both played together. Have that Penrith chemistry. They're great players still. They're on form. Luai, it's not like Luai's been playing average football.
He's playing good this year, bro.
Cleary got injured. He stepped up,
He's
man.
stepping up.
He actually did.
I'm the one to say Luai isn't the best, but this year he's stepped up
a lot,
massively.
man.
He's killing it.
I'm telling
this
you,
is
I
that-
feel Luai Burton is a combination that
everyone will
I don't
remember
know,
for.
man.
Yeah,
Connor,
it's a risk that I'd be willing.
It's not a risk, bro. It's not a risk.
It's not
People will see it as a risk.
But it's not a risk. But tell me how that, bro. Luai's kicking game. He's scored many. He's had many try assists off of his kicking game.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about kicking game and Mitchell Moses' kicking game, go look at Luai's kicking game. Go look at like it's there, bro. It's not a bold take.
Yeah,
6 and
100%.
7, Luai Burton. That's it.
I agree. I agree with you because Luai, he plays more better, more faster, more quicker. But with Moses, kick wise, he just goes up and top. But
He's got good kicking game.
Luai he always thinks like he knows what to do. But
He sees, yeah.
with that selection, but with Moses. And he just came out of injury like a couple of weeks back, and now he's returned. I think his defense is not the best. Attack is like average, I would say, but with Burton, he's actually stepped up way better.
Look,
Yeah.
let's disregard the 6 and 7 thing.
Yeah.
Burton should be at least 14. Connor Watson has been fantastic, and I understand why he's been put in.
Yeah.
But first of all, Burton didn't play. He was the 18th man, so where's the reason to dropping him? Give him the chance to actually be 14 and show what he can prove. Even if it's for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, he'll do a lot more damage.
And I thought Michael Maguire's basing things on form.
Burton's
been
He's
the
been
best.
on form.
Who's been a better 5'8" than Burton this year?
No,
you say
no.
Tom Dearden's up there. He's been
Yeah,
good.
but
Burton's
that's
been the
fair.
best. Burton
Yeah.
has been the
But
standout.
Burton has picked up.
He's the most He's got the most try scored as a halfback out of any of the halves in the competition. So it's not the right call for me. Watson for me deserves the utility
does,
spot.
he
I
does,
think he's one of the greatest utility players in the game.
I agree.
Again, his performance against Parramatta the other day was exceptional. The last couple of months, weeks, he's been doing good. So yeah, I think he deserves it. He's earned that place.
But you can't just drop Burton for no reason. You made him miss out on a game. Deep down, Burton's probably fuming that he's missing out on.
Of course.
Lucky we won that game. But you've dropped Burton, who had no, involvement in the game, had no reason to be dropped. As a matter of fact, he's actually gotten better after that Origin. He's been playing very well. That Parramatta game, he smashed it. And he just, he doesn't get selected. In a way, Michael Maguire, you could say he's become a hypocrite now because he said he's basing on form. There's Burton, the best player on form right now. He doesn't get selected.
Yeah,
it's
I
bad.
think that's
beautifully put.
Hines probably, we all expected it, that he's going to be as good.
He didn't play great in Origin 1.
Look,
I
as
didn't
much
see that
as
much in him.
game 1, he wasn't the best. I
Yeah.
think his kicking game was very bad.
Yeah,
He had
it
that
was.
one good moment for Lomax, that kick. He got an assist. But I just feel, again, that Sim Bin, the centre for Sawali, it really affected him because I think he got shifted again a bit to the centre roles. And that's, you can't blame him. I feel he's scapegoated too much.
Yeah,
I
look,
think there's too much pressure on Hines.
But with dropping Burton, I think that's a big mistake. The bloke was there for the 18, man. You can't put him on the field for Origin 1 because we had 12 players on the field the whole time. Zach Lomax is I don't know what to do. He had to put a try on. I understand he got that over.
But you can't activate.
Can't activate.
Exactly. Yeah, I know.
because
Yeah, you have to understand.
suspended.
But
Queensland
just
squad's-
12 playes, that was bad.
the Queensland squad's the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
I think there's
Nothing's
two players,
There's two players that's...
who's
Hopgood's out.
Yeah.
Hopgood's out,
Yeah.
yeah. 'cause
A
he's
few
injured.
players. But I'll have a look quickly.
But with Matt Burton,
Look-
but I'm just saying this is going to motivate him hard. So if New South Wales win that second game, that could give him a potential
so
to get selected in Origin 3,
And Latrell Mitchell, like he deserves it. He's been fantastic. He's the only one that's
Kirk Capel's back in Gagai.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
that's
Cobo's out and Jermaine.
Cobo,
But
yeah.
John Mitchell's the only one you could say really knows what Origin is. The way he plays when he's on Origin is another.
He
is
plays
another-
blue.
As long as he doesn't just do anything
Silly
stupid on
things.
that
Yes,
field,
I know.
you know, just we got a little bit of taste of it in that Rabbitohs Broncos game, even though he did nothing.
Yeah.
But just, bro, I get it's Origin. What's our CEO name? Vlandis. It's like there shouldn't be any leniency, so they're not really giving any leniency for Origin, bro. Just please play your best footy.
Yeah.
That's all we ask for. Win us that game.
Well, now let's move on to Leichhardt Oval. They've received a $40 million upgrade, $40 million in upgrades from the government. So now it gets them the chance to, improve their facilities. I know they're improving the female changing rooms. They're fixing up the stadium. It's going to increase by 3,000. They currently hold 20,000, so we'll go up to 23,000, which is good, man. They deserve it. The Leichhardt Oval.
Massive news.
Nah,
Massive
that's
news.
good.
This was the talk of the town at the
was.
start of the year, man. Like Leichhardt being
Yeah.
gone, suburban grounds are being gone. It's great. Like if I was a Tigers fan, man, not saying I am, but if I was a Tigers
Are
fan,
you?
no. Because I know a lot of people think I'm a Tigers fan.
Yeah.
But anyways, but like, yeah, if I was a Tigers fan, man, it's just like bringing back Belmore.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
shout out
course.
Luke Brayley.
Yeah.
But,
Like, it's important to keep these sort of stadiums into the game. Like
Yeah.
you look at it, the federal government will be providing 20 million for the renovation, while the New South Wales government and the Inner West Council will contribute to $10 million each. You look at even Albanese, he said this is an iconic venue. These local sporting grounds are so important for building community. Rugby league, football and other sports are about more than just what happens on the field. It's about identity. It's about who you are and the sense of community. Leichhardt Oval is the heart of this community here in the Inner West. The truth is that this ground is not fit for purpose. If this upgrade did not occur, we would have closed it. And that's not what Sydney needs.
You know what I liked about that? What you just said? Building community and identity.
Exactly,
That
man.
is the Tigers. Leichhardt
That's the
is the
two
Tigers.
hot things.
Building community, you build the youth. You make the youth identify with the ground, and with them being a Tigers fan, they get to know Leichhardt, get to
Yeah,
know the history
yeah,
of
the
Leichhardt.
history, exactly.
Just like the history of Belmore, man.
Yeah, we got to know it.
They grow up loving that ground, just the same way we love Belmore Sports Ground. Bro, that's
It's
it.
saving the
That's
club's
suburban
culture,
grounds,
man.
bro.
It's
Suburban
heritage
grounds
value.
need
That's
to
what
stay.
it's all
Heritage
about.
value.
Don't go to like an 80,000 capacity stadium,
Yeah,
man,
that
and
has
try.
now
But you're not going to
Ojana
fill
There's
it
no
out.
history
and
there.
other
Yeah,
cities.
that's another
There's no
topic.
history there.
It's these small stadiums
Yeah.
that I feel the atmosphere is much, much better because it's a smaller ground. You get a sold out attendance like at Belmore. And this is a stadium, again, this is huge news for Tigers fans. They're probably happy.
Exactly.
It's going to improve the performances, maybe just, not performances.
No, yeah, bro.
Because again, this is something they've been working on for the whole year after hearing the news that potentially it's going to be closed.
But performance, man, like, bro, it's like you play your best. Sometimes they play the best. I like. I don't know. Is
do
there
they train there?
I don't think they train there, do they?
No.
But like they do win games. There, you can see, bro. The fans get behind them more over in Leichhardt. They need it, bro. They need the Leichhardt,
Of course.
man.
But the problem is, like, with the government, how they're helping the Tigers Club and everything, like, how they're going to renovate, do everything. The issue is when people traveling, the parking.
Yeah,
And you got suburban houses everywhere around the whole in the
Don't worry about
suburb.
parking, bro.
No, I know, but it's just that how do people going to travel? They're going to.
It's always about
No,
parking.
I know, but it's
No,
true.
but you're right. You're right.
Of course,
But
because the parking is a big issue
always-
when
But
people
what, are you gonna
get
knock,
to go
are you
to the
gonna knock
game.
down the whole suburban
No,
ground?
I'm not saying, but like they need a certain section
They need
to
to do something about
provide
it.
a parking for people to walk
That's-
to the game.
that's
That's what
with
I'm trying to
every-
say.
every ground,
Well,
man.
look, great
Yeah.
great news for the Tigers fans. Even for NRL fans,
Yeah, I'm
knowing
happy.
that a suburban ground is staying, it's good news. Now let's move on to Blake Wilson.
Blake
he
Wilson.
currently rejected. So apparently he rejected an Eels offer to show his loyalty to the Bulldogs for giving him a chance to debut at the Bulldogs. So he's rejected that offer and he wants to stay at the Bulldogs and prove that he's
Well, you can say committed to the club.
yeah.
What a bloke.
He's
What
so-
a
What a
bloke,
gentleman.
bro.
What a
This is
gentleman.
what doggies players are made of. Staying
Of course.
loyal.
Yeah, even Kira stayed loyal. He
Yeah.
had an offer from Melbourne Storm before he signed the deal, and he remained at the Dogs. It just shows loyalty is really lacking in today's game, and there's just few players like those two Bulldogs players we've mentioned that there's still loyalty within them. And I've always said Wilson is such a good player. I said it last week that not a lot of people rate Blake Wilson. They think he's just an average player. He's not NRL material. But what I've seen for him has just been exceptional. He's a try-scoring machine. And that's what I love about Wilson. He's waiting patiently. He's waiting for his chance. And again, when he gets his chance, he takes it. And
100%.
credit to him, man, what he's done.
With Blake Wilson, like when he played the first game against Cronulla, He played very exceptional.
Yeah.
But now when he stepped up a lot, even like the last week game against Parramatta,
Oh, like
that was insane.
he basically won us the game.
He actually did win us the game.
Like the way for a second when he got that ball against Eels, I thought he's out.
Yeah.
And somehow he just jumped over
Yeah.
the
Just
line.
jumped
and-
over.
And that
all
was
of a sudden.
the controversy around it. That he was
Yeah,
out.
he was out
and all
that.
Keep talking, Paris.
And look, Josh Jackson is another one that
Yeah.
he showed his loyalty to the club. So if we can have those players, you know, no matter how much money other clubs are offering, stay because they love the club. You know, our club can keep those players. You know, because eventually they're gonna keep on getting better. They're gonna become more valuable. Other clubs are going to be offering bigger money to them. So if they can stay at the club, the likes of Kiraz and Wilson, and mostly Kiraz, I feel, it'll be very good for our
You
club.
know what I've noticed as well? Not a lot of players at Bulldogs seem to want to leave the club. You rarely see on news. Maybe they haven't expressed the
last one was
on the
Pangai.
media. Pangai was the last
Yeah,
one, of
he was the
course.
only last
But
option.
even you look at Aaron Schaub has been on an interview several times saying that he wanted to stay at the club. Even Avrulo wanted to stay at the club. So it just shows no matter how bad a club may be, especially the Bulldogs, the players still love the club. And I want to really bring it back to where it was.
Exactly. And in the case of Blake Wilson, he's an outlier in terms of today's game.
Yeah.
A lot of players these days take that bigger paycheck and they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about the club, man.
Yeah.
He cares about the club. You can tell in his way of footy, as you were saying. Right? He puts his heart on his sleeve
Because
every single week.
Apparently it's Gutterson who's the one that offered him a
Yeah,
chance
that's
to
right.
play fullback.
Oh, bro, that guy's a big mouth.
So
man.
that just shows he was offered a chance
Little
to play
baby.
for Parramatta Eels last year,
Yeah.
who just failed to win the premiership the year before that. So if he was starting last year in 2023, who knows what could have happened for him? But
Exactly.
he chose the Bulldogs, and just
But-
hope we
but
can see that
For
more
the Eels
often
to
in
do
the
that,
game.
they see something in him.
Yeah.
Because Guthers is not going to give up his role for no one. So they see something in him. And, you know, thank God he stayed because he is the long-term replacement for Adokar.
But the support from Blake Wilson's parents, like I don't know if you saw the interview when
Yeah.
they interviewed Blake Wilson's parents. That's what it's all about because he's always put his heart and soul in the club, played junior footy, and he became a Bulldog. And his dad, even his dad said, I'm very happy where he is, in a position right now to stay in the club. That's what it's all about. Family that always love their support for their child, you know, like to achieve and succeed in the club, you know.
That's
Look,
right.
last week we spoke about Brendan Smith. Of course, the incident he experienced during that mid-season review with the Roosters. But now they're considering an early release for Brendan Smith and trying to sign Damien Cook in 2025. However, Dragons are potentially set to sign him next year. And Jack DeBellin is set to join Rabbitohs in 2025. So what are your thoughts on that? Is it a good move
I
for
think
Dragons?
it's better. I think it's bro Cookie, man, and over Smith. I'd pick
Yeah,
him
I'd
if I was
take
a
that.
Roosters fan or if I was part of the Roosters.
Cook's been a good servant for the Rabbitohs. I think it's time to, you know, part ways and get a
Smith,
new challenge.
Nearly 10 years there.
Damien Cook. Yeah.
Yeah, 2016.
Oh, what are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about Damien Cook.
Oh, I thought
It's
you were
a
talking
good.
about- yeah.
I think he is heading towards the Dragons, which is a very good, you know, buy. Especially with Dragons are looking good, and I'm very confident that next is going to be a much even better season for them. And with Cook in that team, they're going to just really, you know, put teams on alert that they're ready to come in for top 8, top 4. So it's a good sign for the Dragons, especially if they're going to sign him. Damien Cook would also be a very good buy for the Roosters. He'd be someone they'd be looking for to, you know, quick around the rock. He's a different type of player to Brandon Smith. But yeah, I think Damien Cook is edging towards the
I
Dragons.
feel for me, Roosters should be, of course, Damien Cook is such a good player. He's had a successful career, but I feel they should be building more on Connor Watson. I think he's a very good hooker. We've seen it at his time at Knights, what he can do at hooker. And I feel they can be using that money for someone that's more younger and has longer in his career. Damien Cook's probably got a couple years left until he retires. So I think they should be focusing on another position. But yeah, Dragons, if they were to sign him, that's a great deal. And it'll be either him or Jacob Little for that position.
Look, if Cook signs with Dragons, I think it'll be a massive move for him because then he can build that combination with Ben Hunt because Ben Hunt re-signed as well.
Yeah,
And
Flanagan.
I can't even say it, Kyle Flanagan. Sorry, my bad. Kyle Flanagan and Ben Hunt. So if they can work, if that happens, if next year he goes there, if they work together, I think Dragons will lead to finals
Kyle Flanagan has
very
been,
soon, man.
He scored again.
Cole
back-to-back
Fanning's
now.
actually picked up.
He's really stepped up this year, and like you said, it'll be a good duo and good trio.
Jack de Bellingham will be a big miss if he's gone to the Bunnies. That will be a massive miss. He's been one of their most consistent players.
And loyal players.
Yeah, and he's been a loyal player for them. He had that issue with a few years ago.
He
stopped playing a bit. But ever since he came back, it's just the Bellingham we knew. You know, he played for Origin. He's such a good player. And he
gets better every week as well.
If I was Shane Flanagan, I'd do anything to keep him because he's, you know, what a Dragon player should be, you know. So we'll see how that unfolds. But before we move on to Wrestle Talk, today's pod probe would be, should NRL make tickets cheaper in return of larger crowds? You know, we look at the Bulldogs and Para game, 45,000 fans. Just the atmosphere felt different. It motivates the team to do better. And just that's what NRL is about. We look at back in the old days, 2008, 2009, games were packed, like 30,000 plus every single game.
Yeah.
And I feel it's gone down, maybe, yes, because of we had a period where we had like 6 teams just smashing every team. Everyone's not bothered their team's losing. The competition wasn't hard. But now we look at teams starting to beat the top teams. NRL fans are starting to get, you know, back into it, interested in it. So that's one factor. But again, I feel tickets could be another factor to why stadiums are getting sold out. Like, I remember I was looking for tickets for the Manly game last week. I saw like the cheapest I could get was $50. Now, I don't know if they were cheaper early and they got sold out, but at that point, $50 was the cheapest. So
that's too much. That's a lot.
So I believe they should make it cheaper.
Because I remember how you just mentioned about like back in the days from 2008. Not just that, from 2004, 2002. I remember those days when me, my cousin, like Joseph, we used to buy the tickets like during admission. They used to be like $10-15 back in the days.
$10,
Yeah, $10-15 during admission. Like you sit behind the post.
Now it's at least 25.
So the prices went up.
No, I think it's properly.
No, look,
everyone has their own opinions.
No, I think it's fair.
And look, I feel the price. I'm not saying the prices are overpriced. The Manly one I saw, that's overpriced.
I think that you're
but
right.
I think if you want to attract a larger crowd, just putting it a bit more cheaper, I think that's what.
But you got to think about it in this sense,
and it's
man.
good for the game as well.
But like the expenses that come with running an NRL game, man, from the food trucks to holding whatever merchandise and just lighting. I don't know what they.
There's a lot involved.
I don't know what's involved. Production trucks and all that stuff. So fans. So what we pay is. Yeah. We're just paying them back, like in a way. So like with the ticket being $60, man, all right, it might be overpriced, but I feel like in my sense, in my point of view, I think it's properly rated or properly priced because we're just paying back for what they're putting in.
Think about it. If again you talk about expenses, they're doing a lot, paying for certain things. But again, if you put the price cheaper, you're going to get more crowd attendance, and you could double it
and
double
more money.
the price. You know what I mean?
But all right, but like. Say for instance, Samuel said when the Dogs are not playing good and whatever. Like, how are you going to make tickets? Like, for instance, in this case, all right. For example, 2022 Bulldogs.
Yeah.
All right. You lower the price to like $10 or whatever you want to put the price at. How can you bet that you're going to get like a 45,000 crowd and double your money? You can't bet on it. So that's why I feel like for struggling clubs, maybe. I don't know what the price is for different grounds, man. I don't know. I want to know about Leichhardt and stuff if that's the same. I don't know if it's higher.
No, it could be similar. But
is it justified against if the team's doing good or not? So like, I want to know the logistics
on
of
that. On that point, you look at membership prices. For example, the Bulldogs upped their membership prices this year when really we were doing so bad last year. So what makes them have the right to up the prices to fans who are going week in, week out watching that, you know, how bad we were, upping the price. So in that sense, if your team's doing bad, I feel the membership prices should be going down.
Okay. Yeah, the quality of the team.
Yeah. The team.
Yeah. Just to bring more people.
If the team's doing good, fair enough. You know, it brings more people. But again, Bill made the point. As I said, the Bulldogs were doing bad. They upped the membership price, which made no sense.
Yeah, I noticed that this year.
Yeah, in a way, that's a.
And I remember when I was in 2014, 2015 season, I was paying the Platinum Plus. I think it was a Platinum section at a core stadium or ANZ Stadium that time. I was only paying like $450, which was affordable because you're sitting like literally right next to the players where they're sitting and where the coach box
so
as
how
well.
much would it be like currently?
Now, probably I would say about close to $600-700.
So
It could be like $200 up.
Didn't
Pretty much.
Gus Good didn't Gus Good say about we could have a sold out stadium at Belmore,
Yeah.
but we won't make more money than if a core stadium had like
Yeah,
an empty
because it's
stadium.
half the
It's
capacity.
half the capacity.
Yeah.
But
Half
he said
the capacity,
didn't
yeah.
he say an empty stadium would still make money?
Like
Yeah, because they
10,000
signed-
say.
Yeah, because
They signed the
it's a bigger
That's- so
stadium.
Tickets
either way,
are-
if from his statement, if he's saying that they'll make more money with no crowd than at Belmore, then yes, they can probably reduce the.
But like
reduce the ticket
ANZ,
prices.
a cause different, but because there's a lot of expenses in
Yeah.
running a Belmore game with the food trucks. It's all comes out of their pocket.
But
Yeah,
even at
exactly.
Belmore,
Yeah,
even at
yeah.
Belmore, because you got
Haven't they signed a deal with a call?
Who?
Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
the
Like,
good
they
deal,
run,
yeah.
they run
Yeah.
everything a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, look, leave it in the comment down below. What do you think? Should tickets be made cheaper to get a larger crowd base, or is it fine the way it is? So, Wrestle Talk now, boys. Clash of Castle.
Clash of the Castle.
Clash at the castle, you idiot.
I don't know why.
Not of the castle, at
So
the castle.
Clash at the Castle. Review. First of all, Cody retains. AJ Styles quits. We know he's not.
It's
Whenever
not a
it's an
quit,
quit
really.
match, that wrestler never quits. He's back the next 2-3 weeks. So, that was.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
So when there's an I quit match, that wrestler will be back soon.
But you're missing the point of the. What do you mean? What you,
They just sold.
they're not quitting the company.
No, I know, but I'm saying that they don't quit. That's what I'm saying. They don't literally quit.
They quit the match.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they don't literally quit. Sorry.
Anyway,
Anyways,
the debate going.
that was a good match. A very good match.
I was trying to get
actually.
his point. Anyway,
That
doesn't matter.
That was a very good match, actually. Cody, again, now that's the point where we're saying Cody Rhodes trying to build, his storyline and the character he is. Now it's starting to click and form together.
100%. I actually noticed that after the match.
was a great match,
That
bro.
was
It
a
was actually
classic
good.
match, man.
that was a
a brutal classic match.
The
AJ,
handcuffs came out.
everything just. Oh man,
They
AJ
were
Styles.
pulling out banned moves. Like there was that one with the what was it called? The one where he landed on the head on the announce table.
Oh, that was good. Oh, yeah.
That was a banned move.
A band.
It was banned.
So
No way.
I'm pretty sure it's banned.
So
but
was
now,
that an
like,
accident,
no,
or
no,
they
no,
brought
no,
it
no,
back?
like banned previously.
Oh,
So
okay.
like Triple H.
That
era.
was a good match.
Yeah.
Everyone expected Cody Rhodes to win, to be honest.
Retain, yeah.
But they both actually put a great fight. It was, I think, the fight of the night, actually.
Yeah, it was.
I think
Nothing
it is.
tops
And it was a big ballsy move by Triple H putting that match first match.
Yeah, I was surprised it was first match.
Because like
actually.
that would exhaust the crowd, that crowd in
Yeah.
Scotland, that was electric, man.
Yeah,
we'll
well,
get into that later, but that would have exhausted them. So that was a big ballsy move.
And
by
not
putting
only
it
that, the bloodline with
Yeah, the
Cody Rhodes
interference
out,
at the-
that's now starting again, back again.
And Randy Orton, Kevin Owens came out as well.
Yeah.
But did you see the photo how he was looking at the title?
Yeah, Randy Orton.
So
yeah.
I think
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
bit of the glimpse. I think SummerSlam.
Or did he actually see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So that
But
means
I don't think. I think
Nah.
he was just talking to him about it.
no, because it looks like Triple H is going to put the works with Cody Rhodes and Randy
Randy
Orton's
Orton.
storyline in SummerSlam.
well, didn't Randy Orton come face to face with him prior to the King of the Ring, where
I'm
where,
pretty-
where before he made it to the finals, he Cody Rhodes was walking backstage and then they locked eyes. And
Oh, yeah,
I think they did. Yeah.
They were
So there's a
each
bit
other.
of a glimpse to
So
it.
This is what I
there's
hear.
something there.
About Randy Orton, because of his back issues and that, they're trying not to get him more involved in these.
Nah, he
more
seems
tag
like he's
things.
100% better.
It seems
Nah,
like
he's 100% better now,
He's having
so-
singles matches now.
So
Yeah.
I think Randy Orton's going to get his
We've
shot.
been calling it since the actually storyline
That'd be
start
a
of
mad
Cody Rhodes.
thing,
We
man.
said Randy Orton, to make
They-
this better,
they'll
you
link
get
it-
him in it.
They'll link it back to so many storylines back in
Yeah.
the days, and with
Legacy.
Cody Rhodes, Randy
Legacy in that back in the days, I remember that.
Orton. It'll produce some good views for WWE.
But with Solo as well, sorry to mention, to cut you out, Samuel, but with Solo and that and Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, though, how they interviewed, I think now what I've noticed, because why they were attacking Cody Rhodes, because it seems like if Jay Uso comes out probably the next week or so, Raw or SmackDown, it
Jimmy
looks.
surely has to come back soon.
I think they're going to return because I think that's when the story builds up because Reigns is going to be coming back. I think the next one
SummerSlam,
week
he'll,
or 2
he'll come
weeks.
SummerSlam.
So
Well, he's scheduled for 2 months, August, but a bit earlier.
Apparently, he was scheduled for August 2nd,
but he'll come.
but
earlier.
apparently he's coming early now.
looks
Yeah,
like
right.
A bit earlier. Next game about Chad Gable. Was he robbed? Was that his moment to get the Intercontinental Champion?
I was upset by that match.
I
It was
was-
a good
but-
match. It was a
Yeah.
good match. I don't like how Maxine Dupree and Otis and stuff got too much involved into it. I feel like less involvement was better for that match. But I get what the storyline is. Nothing really progressed from this storyline. Other than
Exactly,
the
yeah.
usual Otis, making
Otis
that
go-
decision.
That's what I'm
Just,
up-
it was like a normal SmackDown episode
Exactly.
storyline,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's what I'm upset about.
But with this match, great match. I would have loved to see Chad Gable get that belt. Would have spun that storyline into a different direction.
He deserves it, man. Look, apparently because wasn't Sami Zayn the one? He won against Chad Gable at his hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right.
apparently, Money in the Bank is at what's it called?
Chad Cable's.
No, not
Sami
Chad
Zayn's
Gable. Sami
hometown.
Zayn's
So-
homeground.
that's in Canada,
hometown.
yeah.
So this could be his opportunity, Chad Gable, to actually beat him and get his revenge at his hometown. But I feel so bad for Gable, man. I don't know what he has to do to get his moment. He's been working so hard. He hasn't had a belt since the tag team belt with Otis.
That's
so
right.
I feel it's just
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
What's
I feel
bad about
for him.
it, what Bill said, it was like a standard SmackDown match because they didn't improve for what we've been seeing these past 2 weeks. We're always seeing, Otis wanting to get involved, he's hesitating, and we saw that the exact same thing. Chad Gable turning him off, telling him what to do, turning Maxine to head off in the backstage. It was so repetitive. Like, we had so many theories about it. We thought, Otis turns on Chad Gable, and then Sami Zayn
brothers.
wins. Creed brother comes in, helps Chad Gable win. None of that was involved. So it's a bit of a shame, and that's on Triple H. I feel that he could have done something better, but he literally kept it the same as we've been seeing it for the past 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw. Or Monday Night Raw, yeah. It's exactly the same. What we've been seeing on that, it just transformed into the clash at the castle. And yeah, it was pretty disappointing.
I agree with you because I was expecting that to happen. I think the fans were trying to wait for that moment to happen, like as in Otis to turn on Chad Gable as well, and Creed brothers coming out. I didn't see that.
Many people
so-
think that he's not going to get his chance for a while now. I think it's Money in the Bank. That's how I see it. I think he'll get his moment against Sami
and
Zayn.
he will be the underdog in that card. So I think it might give him a big
So
opportunity.
you think he has a chance still?
I think he does. We'll get it. I think he will get a chance. I hope he does get a Money
How
in the
long
Bank.
until Money in the Bank?
Probably the next main pay per view.
4 weeks.
Yeah, it is
Is it
next
4
Next
weeks.
one, next
Maybe a
one.
month.
Yeah, no, I think next month.
It's the
Next month
Next
because
month's
before
coming up.
SummerSlam.
And
So
that's why we know the WWE fans are they're not patient, so they might be getting bored of this storyline.
yeah.
But again,
agree.
I feel because of the fact that we didn't see anything new in that match, proves to me that there's going to be more into this.
Like when is
Otis turning on, Chad Gable, the Creed brothers coming in, so there's more into it that will fill in the time until Money in the Bank comes.
like who knows? We could see maybe tomorrow on Raw about the Creed brothers maybe attacking Otis and what's the other guy's name? I always forget. Kazawa.
Tozawa.
Akira Tozawa, yeah.
Yeah, that could be the chance to just end this storyline, or they have to wait for Money in the Bank again.
And
which
what about Otis?
Not
Do
a
you
lot of
thi-
fans are gonna wait
But
for that.
Otis, do you think he'll probably align with Gable and the Creed brothers, or he turn around and?
I
like-
think he'll go against Gable.
Chad Gable.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna go against.
I think it's just I don't like to say it in a bad way, but like it's sort of like a dumb storyline because like nothing
That's
didn't
rude, man.
seem to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
No,
right.
I don't want to say it in a
No,
bad way.
you're right.
No, you're right.
No,
Oh, yeah.
but it's just that I want to see Otis to turn
Different-
against
yeah,
him.
yeah,
But something
exactly.
different,
But it
man.
just
Not the
didn't
same
happen at
every
all.
week.
Look, it was the same,
Right.
but another thing that was pretty much the same. Damien retained his belt against Drew. Is Drew another, wrestler that was robbed again?
I expected that
thought
happen.
I said
you
before
actually
the
did,
match
right.
started, I said CM Punk's coming.
Oh,
'Cause he
everyone
had-
knew that.
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
I said he hasn't been on the show for I think a
No,
month.
since WrestleMania.
CM Punk. No, he's been
Yeah,
on
Punk.
the
Nah,
show.
he's
No,
been on Raw.
no,
he's
he was
been on
been
Raw.
on
No, he was on Raw,
That's what
but
I'm
as
saying.
in the last time he was
Yeah.
at Mania when he attacked Drew
But
McIntyre.
yeah, everyone expected what's called CM Punk to come cost the match. I just feel Drew McIntyre, man, like again, Money in the Bank. So not Money in the Bank. WrestleMania when Damien cashed in his bank, sorry, and that was a chance that, of course, let him go. You look at the Bloodline. What happened?
Don't worry.
Bloodline interfered with him against Roman. That was his big chance. And everyone thought that was the time he's going to win it in front of his hometown. And now, again, I don't know when he's going to win it again. Because Jey Uso's in the picture now. Gunther's in the picture for Damien's belt. So when's Drew going to get his
Drew's
chance?
not going to win the title with
Nah.
CM Punk in the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
won't. He won't.
feel
And I knew that.
And CM Punk has a chance to win the belt.
And that's what I'm
So
saying.
it's going to be hard for
Yeah,
him.
But let's talk about the match itself. What did you think of the match?
Pretty
It was
basic.
a good match.
I
I think it was
basic.
pretty decent
Other than
match.
that botch, I think
Yeah.
Damien
Yeah,
Priest
that
is
was
seriously
right.
Did you
injured.
see that botch?
No, I
I
think
didn't
he's
see the
injured.
watch. I missed it.
Oh, he's-
Bro, did you see him limp he wasn't selling it. I said he was selling it, but I think it was a legitimate injury.
Before
That was a botch.
No, I know.
Oh,
it was
for
a-
Yeah.
Are you
Damien
saying-
Priest, yeah.
But
Was
some
he
people,
injured after it?
yeah, bro. Did you
No,
see the
but I'm
match?
talking about before it.
No. But when he slipped on the rope,
Oh yeah,
bro,
turned
it was,
into an injury.
it was one of the most scariest botches
Oh,
I've ever seen.
God. Did you
see
Bro,
that?
he leaped on the
rope
he
and
jumped
got
on the
caught.
rope.
Yeah.
He slipped. He
Leg
was
got
still
tied.
propelling forward,
Yeah.
and his leg, bro, like it was. I don't know, but it was
bad.
he must have done his ACL, his
Yeah.
ankle, his leg.
He
I don't
said
know
it,
what
he said
did,
on the
man.
press conference, but he said that like he had to do scans and that.
Yeah.
But then I think 24 hours later they said there's nothing wrong, so he's fine.
Did I say nothing wrong?
Yeah, no, so there's nothing wrong
Oh,
with him.
bro,
He should
bro,
be fine.
Bro, he couldn't like stand on it.
Yeah, I know,
He tried to
'cause
do
he-
suplexes off the turnbuckle. He couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
he
think
tried
it
to
was-
even just those leg kicks was killing him.
Like I just
Yeah.
feel the match was pretty basic. Nothing.
I think it
nothing
was
good.
good.
It was
Well,
good. It was
you know.
good. Basic.
I don't think
I
well.
don't feel there was nothing special besides when
But
CM
how
Punk
about that
came.
production quality of WWE?
it's so
You
good,
know,
man.
like
It's so good.
seeing, bro, like the minor details WWE goes to these days is like CM Punk covered his arm tats so no one could tell that was CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because like the way they angled it was him behind
Running.
and like under that bottom
Yeah.
rope, and like to be honest, it fooled me. I'm like, bro, like. I'm like, who's that?
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
and then
I agree,
CM
yeah.
Punk just looks at McIntyre.
He's so good, but
No, he
Oh,
is.
It
man.
would have been good if Drew did win it,
Yeah.
because then it leaves Drew and CM Punk for the belt, and CM Punk has
Yeah.
that chance. So
but then Damien just had it for 2 months and then
Oh, no,
he
a
goes
couple of
into
months
that.
now.
Yeah.
yeah, but still,
It's a storyline.
I feel
It has to go like that
WWE's
sometimes.
trying to, give wrestlers a long time on the belt, but sometimes a short stint isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Because again, it builds something different. Because
So
we're always
I
seeing
do-
the same thing.
Yeah, but I understand why Damien Priest retained, because I think I did say before on the previous podcast
Balor.
that the storyline is actually going to lead to SummerSlam, that Balor's versing Damien Priest. I think Judgment Day is going to go
I
their own
think
separate ways.
apparently it's Gunther for SummerSlam.
Gunther-
Because
because
earned
he won the
he
King of
won
the Ring.
King of the Ring. I think before WrestleMania comes, I think Drew McIntyre will win the belt and then verse CM Punk at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that
apparently
will be.
Finn Balor's, he could win the Money in the Bank and cash in.
Oh,
No,
that's not bad.
look, if I was Triple H, I'd rather put.
I'd put Jay.
I'd rather
Put
put
Jay,
no.
man.
I'd rather put Finn Balor versus Damien Priest at SummerSlam, like to
Oh, yeah, that
lead
one.
the. I mean,
Yeah.
like
To
stop
break
the
up the
break up
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Because
Sorry,
they've had a few of moments where
and issues a bit.
Drew would say, Damien would say something, Finn Balor gets a bit annoyed.
Yeah.
Finn says something, Drew. So slowly there's something there, and I think soon we'll see them, finally turn on each other.
And Carlito as well in the Judgment Day,
Judgment
like he's not even in part of the
He's
the
not
group.
part of
Like
it
he's
officially
just
yet.
like wasting his time.
well,
there.
He'll get it soon.
Damien let him fist bump him more, like
So that's
when
the
they
start.
start there. So that's a start of something. Who knows? Maybe accept him. Yeah. So that's a wrap up to Wrestle Talk. It was a pretty good pay per view. Next one, Money in the Bank, of course. And
Can't
yeah,
wait for that event.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Money in the Bank's
I already
always
have I've got a theory I want to say later that Carmelo Hayes might win
he
the Money in
could
the
might
Bank.
win it.
Bro, I
He's
wouldn't
young,
mind him.
yeah, he's very
I
good.
wouldn't mind him as Money in the Bank winner.
He was on Clash of the Cup, wasn't he there?
Was that?
was it
No,
SmackDown?
it was SmackDown.
No,
When I was
He's
proud.
a
SmackDown,
good-
when he had
the
that
way
I
just
just
segment.
think
bro.
it was good.
I just feel so many other wrestlers deserve
The
it.
way he came in from NXT, bro, he's smashing
He
it.
is
Smashing
killing
it,
it,
yeah.
but I just feel there's many.
But yeah,
wrestlers that deserve it.
that's a wrap up for Wrestle Talk for this week. Anthony, Combat Talk.
Combat Talk.
All right, we're back on. Welcome back to another edition of Combat Talk. Anthony, bro, I'm sad. I'm sad, bro. UFC 303 gets cancelled, bro. Like, I don't know what to say, man. McGregor is out. We're 2 weeks away from the greatest comeback you'd ever seen. Man, he's out, bro. What can he do? So the story was that McGregor suffers an injury during his camp. There's speculation that it might be the leg he broke 2 years ago against Dustin Poirier.
yeah.
Man, like, this is the first time McGregor's pulled out, mind you. He's never pulled out
I
ever
know.
in the UFC.
He's always he's always 100%
I think
ready.
it is
Yeah.
his leg, man. So I
Yeah.
think if it was anything else, he wouldn't have pulled out. I think it's the leg he broke. He wants to be 100%. But what are your opinions about him pulling out?
Look, first of all, I know you're pissed off.
Yes,
Second of all, you're mad.
yes,
Third of all, your emotions, like, it's on top of the roof.
yes.
Okay, but fourth, I think everyone was expecting for that event to happen, the fight to happen. I was waiting for that to happen as well with Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor. All right, things happen because after his injury that he stuffed up against Dustin Poirier when he broke his, I think it was his foot,
tibia.
His tibia, yeah. So I really do understand. I don't know how to explain it, but understanding about his injury, it could happen, and that's the first time that Conor McGregor actually pulled out. He's never
pulled out.
He's never had an injury in the previous
when the news
fights.
when the news broke, bro, I was like, nah, there's something behind him, man. He's not injured.
Yeah, and I remember you told me
there
that.
was this one reliable source. I forgot his name. I was watching him. Charles Sonnen was saying this on his own YouTube channel.
You'll see legend.
I think it was Bisping or Sonnen. I think it
was one of them.
Sorry, my bad. Bisping.
Yeah.
Bisping was saying a reliable source was telling him it was his leg that he broke.
Tibia, yeah.
So, bro, like, look. As a McGregor fan, I want him to be at 100%. I don't want to see him knocked out again because of a 90%, leg he has. But yeah, look, man. But hopefully we get this at the Sphere now. Hopefully McGregor Chandler at the Sphere. That's coming up in September, or we get it towards the end of the year, man. As long as he fights and he's at 100%, that's all that matters, bro.
Yeah.
But look, that raises the question now. But like, this he will, as I was saying, Dana White might reschedule. No, he will reschedule this fight. But would Conor McGregor allow that to happen? Will he ever fight again? Will that leg, if it is his leg, would it always come into play? Would there always be hiccups with this leg, stopping him from fighting?
Well, I think Dana White might give him the chance to let him fight again, but I don't think it'll probably be at this time. Because I know everyone was waiting for it to happen around the next 2 weeks' time. Like, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, but
But for his injury-wise, look, I'd rather let it be. I can say by end of the year. Sorry,
but how can you bet on that not happening again at the next scheduled fight? Maybe that leg, some hiccup will happen again. Maybe there's a little fracture. It's not 100%. He's kicked wrong, and something else has happened in that leg. How can we bet on that? Will McGregor ever be at his best again? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well,
with this leg break, Anderson Silva didn't come back, greatly after having his leg broken. Even Chris Weidman, man, they didn't make a spectacular comeback. But in saying so, if anyone's gonna make a spectacular comeback, it's Conor McGregor, bro.
Yeah.
But bro, just from the history books, man, it's never been done, and I'm scared that this might be it. If that does become a hiccup later on, he's got no other choice than to retire, man. He's got to bite the bullet, man.
Oh, no.
It's a hard pill to swallow, man. He's done it all. He doesn't need a fight. If
he's achieved everything, literally,
bro,
90% of the time.
So yeah, bro, what do you think of that, bro? If this is a constant thing after every scheduled fight, bro, what does Conor McGregor do? What does he do?
Look, first of all, he needs to get himself checked out before, get everything right, get everything sorted out before he comes back for a return, just for one more fight or two more fights. We don't know. So let him get everything sorted out. That's the first thing. Second of all, let Dana White to see when's the next availability fight for him and Chandler to make it happen. So if I want to see that fight to happen, I would say maybe the next 3 months. I could say 3 months.
But you're not getting my point.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying, bro, if his leg is there's always an issue. The next one is at the Sphere, and then a week before that, he's done something to his leg and he pulls out again. And it is the leg he broke. What does McGregor do?
He has to retire then. What
do you say he retires?
I think he will.
Bro, as a
I'm
McGregor fan, I think
retire.
he should retire, bro, because he can't go in a fight, compromise.
If he can't handle pain, he can't handle anything. So,
anyways, man, we move on. UFC 303, new scheduled fights. So, Pereira versus Jiri 2 is happening now in the main event. The first time around, Jiri gets knocked out by Pereira. You could say it was a lucky punch, but... Look, Pereira's left hook, man, it's deadly.
He's dangerous. Alex Pereira is a very dangerous fighter.
But it's a great replacement, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Do you think it's a better main event than McGregor and Chandler?
Look, it's hard, but look, this fight is going to be really good. But for Conor McGregor, I wanted McGregor and Chandler the main event.
Yeah.
We all wanted that to happen. But Alex Pereira and Jiri Prochazka, I think we've seen that the first time. And now that he's getting his rematch again to get his title back, I don't know. I think Alex Pereira is going to dominate him.
Look,
it all shows.
And I think this will be a longer fight, but
I think it will,
because I think they both fought on UFC 300. They have had the same amount of layoff time. In going into this fight, so no one's had the advantage anywhere there. But in terms of the fight, I think it's a longer fight this time around. I think it goes.
Hope it happens.
But I'm not going to say. We'll say our predictions later, and then maybe next week. But an early prediction, I'm saying this goes maybe the distance, man. Maybe because I feel like Jiri knows what he did wrong the last time in, closing that distance very quick and getting knocked out in the process.
Yeah.
But I feel like it goes further now. But do I think it's a better fight than McGregor and Chandler? Bro, look, man, hear me out. I wanted to see McGregor Chandler as much as I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Bro, nothing beats a McGregor fight. But, bro, on paper, both ranked fighters, you got a champion. And this is the second edition of their fight. You know, a lot of people are saying this is better. You know, MMA Guru, another guy, I don't know if you heard of him. He runs a YouTube channel.
A few hours
bro,
back, yeah.
Shout out MMA Guru, bro. He's smashing on YouTube. But he was saying, bro, this is a better main event. And maybe it is. But yeah, bro, like it's a good replacement, man.
I think
Dana White cooked with this one. But
so.
The next one, this was added onto the card, into the co-main event. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes.
Brian Ortega, bro, he's a good fighter, man.
Yeah,
He's been like so many fights, even plus in the Ultimate Fight as well with Alexander Volkanovski as well. I think he's done a really good job now. Like, you know, I'm happy that he's on the main card. I haven't seen him on the main card, I think, about a year, 2 years, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, it's been
the last time he was in the main card was with Alex Volkanovski.
Is it?
For the championship.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Nah, I think he's fought after that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but he lost against
anyways,
Alex. Yeah.
But this Diego Lopes kid, man, he's not
very tough.
Bro, he's not a
He
walk
was
in the
the
park.
Ultimate Fighter years ago. I remember that.
This guy's on a 3-fight winning streak.
Yeah.
He's knocked out every single opponent in the first round. Not even like to the end of the round.
Yeah.
1 minute and like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Bro, if Ortega gets past 2 minutes, he's got his number.
Exactly.
Bro, the experience in Ortega and the youthness in Diego Lopes, it's a great matchup, man. Ortega's ranked second. Now Diego Lopes is ranked 14th in the featherweight division. Yeah. So, like, man, if he defeats Brian Ortega, Diego Lopes, man,
just
that's
shocks
a
the whole
big
world.
statement,
Shocks
man.
the whole world.
A big statement, man,
Yeah.
because this guy's got it. He's got, bro, what he does well is he can fight in the pockets, man. His last fight was against Yusuf. Bro, Morty, man, you know, he fought him in the pocket and he got knocked out in the process. And he's done that, you know, 2 times before that. You know, he made his UFC debut last year. Bro, last year, and he's already making waves. He's facing one of the best in Brian Ortega. So if he can beat him, if he can get his number, man, bro, we've got a new star in our hands.
100%. Like, I'm actually excited for this fight.
Yeah.
Diego Lopes, like, I can see that the record, like, he's very tough.
Bro, he's hungry, man. You can tell. You can see with every
He's
single
got
exchange.
potential. He's got potential in the
Yes,
octagon. Brian Ortega, he's been there for like years now, so
Yeah.
he's got the experience. He's got like everything in him, but I'm excited for that. That's gonna be a good fight.
You know, to be honest, bro,
Yeah.
like, I'll pick this fight over the next fight, bro. Anthony Smith replacing Jamal Hill to face Carlos Ulberg.
Yeah,
What do you-
and Jamal Hill got injured as
yeah,
well.
he got injured. I think it's his knee or something.
I think it was.
Yeah,
so
but-
he
yeah.
had to pull out. So Anthony Smith, he's dangerous,
Bro,
bro.
he's a dangerous fighter.
He's a beast, that bloke.
Bro, even just taking his fight on short notice,
Yeah.
man. Poor Carlos Ulberg, man. You know, he wanted to face Jamal Hill, but you know, it is
Yeah.
what it is, man. There's pullouts left, right, and center. Great matchup, this one, man. But I don't mind it. But I really much prefer Brian Ortega versus Diego
I can't wait
Lopes.
for that one. That's gonna be a good fight. That one.
That's gonna be a mad one. But yeah, I think that was a short combat talk for this
Yeah,
week.
it was pretty quick.
That's a wrap up. Anyways, guys, now moving on to some football talk.
That's astonishing. It's absolute.
All right, time for some football talk. Just going to focus today on the Euros, which has started. Man, Euros, it's so good when Euros or World Cups around. There's football every night. You're just sitting down, relaxing. Even if it's not your team, you're just chilling, and it's the best feeling. First of all, Germany 5, Scotland 1. Are Germany back? Are the Germany that we've been missing for years finally back? Are they favourites to win this competition?
I think of course, it's just Scotland, but that performance was very good. Like, the way we were playing, the way we were controlling things. Scotland didn't have, I think, any shot during that game. I think maybe one, but it was just such a professional performance. And I haven't seen a Germany performance like that in years. Like, you look at back in 2014, I think that was our last, including the Euros back in 2016.
yeah.
I think that was the last good Germany squad. And ever since the 2018 World Cup came in, it's just been downfall since then for the last 6 years. We haven't been good. We haven't been competing. You look at the problem with Özil and Gundogan at some point during that Germany, I think it was 2018 World Cup.
Yeah,
they had
so-
a few
yeah.
problems with that Turkey and Germany issue, but that got sorted eventually. But yeah, I feel Germany are back. I think we've got a great coach, a great squad that has developed over the last 2 years. Musiala, bro, we'll get onto him later, but what a performance. You got Wirtz. He was very clinical. And the overall performance was exceptional, and there's so much more this Germany squad can produce. And I think even when we verse the bigger squads, the bigger teams are in Portugal, France, I think we can really do good. And it's just great to see Germany back to their best.
The way, if you don't know where Germany fans, apart when Australia play in the World Cup, if it's another team we choose, it's Germany. Just so they don't get confused why
Yeah.
saying we. But yeah, Germany, again, the way we were playing, just controlling the game, passing it around, constant pressure. It just, again, I've never seen a Germany team like that in ages, and it felt good. Musiala being the standout player, there was just structure and just the team playing with confidence. We scored, I think, 2 goals in the first 20 minutes, something like that.
Around that, I'm not sure.
Something like that. And it could have been even more goals. We had an offside goal for Füllkrug. It could have been 6-1. But again, we're playing good. Scotland didn't really offer anything. Neuer had literally nothing to do except for the own goal from Rudiger. So Scotland basically didn't even score a goal in a way. But yeah, Germany are looking good. I feel if we can beat Switzerland and Hungary and just show our dominance once again, I think we can really go far this competition. If I did my Euros prediction, if you haven't had a look at that, make sure you go click it right now. It was basically my Euro predictions, and I put Portugal to win. But again, I'm not getting too ahead of myself. Still so many games to play. Still got to face the big dogs. But if Germany play like that, especially with the home crowd behind them, I think we can really, win this tournament. And I really think, but again, with Scotland, that's the big question. We verse Scotland. But again, we got to look and go back to our previous tournaments where we were versing Mexico. We were
lose
versing
games.
South Korea. We'd lose games. So this is a very massive step in the right direction. And, hopefully, Germany take it on all the way to the Euros.
And one of Germany's greatest prospect, youngest player in their squad is Musiala. And there's a question right now, is he better than Saka, Foden, or even Bellingham? Look, for me, what's it called? I'm a massive fan of Saka. I rate Foden a lot. Bellingham is probably the greatest midfield right now, one of the greatest in the world. But Musiala, what I saw from him against Scotland in the Euros the other day was exceptional. Even in the Champions League against Arsenal, he was just something about him he was so fast. He was so comfortable on the ball. He get past defenders. His dribbling is on point. And I start to question to myself, as much as I love Saka, I'm starting to see maybe he is the better youngster out of Saka and Foden. Look, don't get me wrong, Saka had a great game, him and Bellingham against Serbia this morning, which we'll get back to later. But Musiala, he causes such a attacking threat to the opposition side. Like, his dribbling, he knows, it's like Messi in a way. Like, he keeps the ball to his feet and he can get past 2-3 defenders like that.
Yeah.
So what's good? He's a really good player.
What's good about Musiala? He even had a good tournament in the Euros 2020. He was really the standout.
The best player.
And again, he's showing again why he's the next big star. And I honestly feel he's better than Saka and Foden because there's something about him. I've never seen a player like that at such a young age playing like that. And it's only one game, but he's done it on multiple occasions.
He's younger than both of them too.
He's young. He's like 19 or something. Yeah. So he's got so much potential. He's going to be big statement. I think he's going to be up there as one of the best midfielders because the way he plays, this guy knows how to break down teams, go past players. He was making crosses from the left wing. There were times where he'd cut in, cross it, and
he was just involved. Like, if you look at the heat map, he was everywhere.
He was everywhere. And that's what you need as a midfielder. One of the key attributes you need is, just running around the whole pitch, collecting the ball, moving the ball around, switching it around. That's the key you need as a midfielder. And
that's why I think he's better, because at Saka's age at 19, at Foden and Bellingham, well, Bellingham's still that age. He's around 20 19, 20. Yeah. But yeah, Saka and Foden specifically, at that age, they weren't as good as Musiala. They were great. They were very good players, very skillful players. But just like we've said, Musiala has just really changed my mind about these two youngsters, specifically Saka and Foden. And yeah, he's got a massive future, man, and he could be the reason, if he stays fit throughout the whole tournament, why we make the Euro finals in 2024.
You got to understand, we got Musiala and Wirtz, two upcoming players. Wirtz had 19 assists, 18
That's
assists.
crazy, bro.
Wow, what a stat. And with the Bayer Leverkusen that was invincible, and to add on to that, he was exceptional. And Germany are starting to build a team that's for the generations to come.
Well, last night was Netherlands versus Poland. They scraped their win against them, and also England this morning won ugly against Serbia. You look at Poland, I think that was a better team by far. Netherlands started the game well. They controlled it, had a few chances with Gakpo and Depay. But even Van Dijk's volley, half volley from the corner kick. Great save from Szczesny though. But Netherlands, I think there's so much more we can see from them. They're similar. They're in a similar position like Belgium, where overrated. I think they have such a good squad for the last 4 years, and they haven't really done much with it. And you look at specifically Netherlands, they made to the World Cup semi-final the other year, and even Belgium, didn't they make 2018 World Cup semi-final?
Or I think the quarter they got out by
Brazil.
No,
yeah, they lost Brazil.
They lost against Brazil.
Quarterfinal. So a great squad. Lukaku. You've got De Bruyne, Trossard. Such a great squad with Netherlands as well. But just something's missing within their squad. Why they can't go that extra mile into the final. But overall, Poland do look good. In my prediction, I did put them. I think I did put them last or fourth, somewhere around that. And of course, third is enough for you to get into a possible round of 16 qualification.
And I think the way everyone predicted them to be, they exceeded everyone's expectation. And I know it's one game, and even with Netherlands, usually the first game I feel is just important to get the win, but it's not like a season where you can take your time. These next 2 games, they really need to prove why they can really win it, because yes, it's results are what matter, but you need to be playing good in a way that, you know, you can cause problems to other bigger teams like France, like Germany. So it's one game. They shouldn't worry, but again, they need to really,
because they've got France and Austria. So
Austria in their group.
Austria, they have to be really focused.
Yeah,
because Austria isn't a bad team as well.
Austria is a good team. Ralf Rangnick is a more well-structured coach. He likes defensive, and likes to really put pressure on the opposition. So Netherlands again. Now look, Netherlands as well as England, they both had scrappy wins. But again, as I've said, the win's what matters, but they got to start clicking, because with England now, they won 1-0 against Serbia. Serbia had a lot of chances. England, I feel, once they took the lead, they just really sit back really. They don't do much. And I think that's the problem with Gareth Southgate. Every time they take a lead, he sort of changes everything up and makes them sit defensively. That's why Declan Rice was very good that week.
Even Serbia had good chances in that game. Mitrovic, but yeah, like you said, even Foden. A lot of fans saying that Foden isn't. Well, Gary Southgate isn't playing him into a system that suits Foden, because Foden, you look at Man City, how good he is, but it's when he plays for England, just something really changes in the way he plays. He doesn't look as clinical, as lethal as he is as Man City. Saka had a good game. Bellingham, like I've said. Declan Rice was superb in that defensive midfield role. But yeah, England, that's the only reason why you say they're not going to win it. It's these moments, and of course the coach. But it's these ugly wins that show that if that was a much dominant, better team, instead of Serbia, say Poland, I think Poland would have had a better game against England, or any other team. I think England could have dropped points or even lose that game. So yeah, England are, again, it's a win. They got the 3 points, but if you look at the bigger picture, things don't look right. And I think they need a new coach.
Look, I don't blame the team. I blame the manager, because
it is the coach, man. He's
the reason why, because they have such a great squad. Saka, Foden, Bellingham, who else? Harry Kane. They have such a loaded team. Ollie Watkins, Ivan Toney, Jared Bowen, Eze. Such a good team, but this manager does not know what to do with them. You know, that's hence why they lost the Euros. I know Euros penalties, it's based on luck, but they were in the lead. Hence why they keep getting knocked out. The 2018 World Cup, you know, they got the team, but again, it's the final touch, and the manager is the person, the party that has to leave.
And this is one of the greatest squads we've seen in England history.
Yeah.
And with that squad, it's like their golden generation, golden era, and they need to win a trophy with this squad. It's just stacked with great world-class players, and it'll be very, very strange not to see them win any trophy.
I feel there's a lot of teams with potential that have been the same team for many years. As you said, Belgium, Netherlands.
And England's up there, bro.
England's up there.
England. If
But
Belgium
these-
and Netherlands, England.
These teams can't do it. Germany were good in their period where they had the best team. They were winning. Euros, World Cup, Spain were doing good. Italy have won. Italy have done good when they've had a good team. But these three teams, for some reason, they just can't get over the line.
You look at Champions League, just certain teams know how to win those trophies.
Yeah.
You got Germany, France, what's it
Spain.
called? Spain, Italy. They're normally and Brazil. They're normally the 5 big nations that they know how to win the competition, and the Euros, the Copa America, whatever. Just England, Belgium, Netherlands seem to always struggle.
Yeah. Well, look, finally, Ten Hag is set to stay. As a United fan, ecstatic about the news. You know, he gets to have another year. Hopefully, no injuries go our way. Everything goes smooth, and we can just see a United team develop. You know, he's built Kobe Mainoo, Rasmus Højlund, Garnacho. He's made them better players, and I feel it's the right move.
Is it
Diallo? Diallo. It's the right move, man. If they had got rid of him, Man United fans would have been angry. Like 90% of Man United fans wanted him to stay. It came out that Sergeant Ratcliffe actually told him that we were in contact with Thomas Tuchel, but we wanted you to stay because we think you're the man. And he's the man. I have a feeling that this season will be much better if we can play the same team consistently week in, week out. I feel we'll see a different side of Ten Hag, but we'll see a different side of Man United. And I'm excited for the season because with the season we had, it was just so stressful, so tiring. I just lost the passion in a way, like except for the FA Cup final. Like every game I was watching, chilling. I wasn't really stressing because it got to a point where everything was just boring and the season was over. But I'm really looking ahead of this Premier League season. And Ten Hag, I'm just so happy he's, got the ability and got the chance to stay. And I know he does have the ability to bring trophies because he's done that. He's got us the FA Cup, Carabao Cup final in his first 2 seasons. With a proper team, with a team that's fit, I think he can win us anything.
Well, anyways, that's a wrap to our football talk. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to keep on talking about Euros for the next month or so. Should be good talk about Euros, and especially in final series. It's going to be a good one. So make sure you stay hooked onto this channel. That's a wrap, and we'll wrap up with the boys for the podcast. Anyways, guys, that's a wrap to the Touchline Podcast, episode 80.
If you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe,
take it over.
comment down below. Guys, we're going to be going to the Doggies and Roosters game over in Gosford, as well as the Tigers and the Raiders game at Campbelltown. So make sure you go check us out there. If you see us, come say hi, get in the vlog and whatnot. We're going to be doing fan cams. So yeah, again, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you.
Anthony, what's your favorite number?
And we'll catch you guys in the next video.